Hello all. So let's continue with the next part of this tutorial. So let's get started. So as you have seen over here, we have done with the texturing over here. So now let's go with the lighting part. So before we start up with the lighting over here, it's very important. We'll just check out some metallic properties first for this. So let's zoom it and let's go into this. And glossiness, Fresnel reflections, okay, better. Now, so very first of all, what I'll be doing over here is like, let's go into the side view. Let's go into the side view over here. And let's go into the light. Let's take a V-Ray sun. So what I'll do over here is like, I'll just drag a V-Ray sun over here, right from the window. So would you like to automatically add a V-Ray sky environmental map? So just click yes over here. So once you're done over here, now what I'll do is like, I'll just select this and this, and let's just push it to the left. Just deselect this. So select the light target and the light, and just push it a bit towards left over here. So once you have assigned this, make sure you are still pushing this target a bit back over here, and this light a bit up. So let's go back to the camera view over here, and let's go into the light over here. So just select the light, and let's go into its properties over here, and let's change the filter color for the light. So let's give a color to the light over here and reduce the intensity multiplier to 0.4. We can keep it to 0.4. Later on we can just increase or decrease it, the intensity multiplier of the light, and we can just increase the photon emit radius, the radius of the light. So let's increase it. And the second parameter which we want over here is like, let's go into the property. Now it's okay, perfect. So let's add one more light over here. So we'll be adding one more light, that's your V-Ray light. So let's add a V-Ray light over here. So this will work as a fill light. I'll just rotate this light over here. I'll rotate it in this axis, and select the target, activate the target of this light, and just push the target to here, bottom, at least here. Let's go back to the camera view and into the light. Let's change the color of the light first, and very important over here is like, let's go into its options over here and make it as double-sided, invisible, no decay. So once you have generated this stuff over here, let's reduce the multiplier of the light to 5 or 6. So once you're done with this stuff, I have just Done with it. Now I'll go into rendering, render setup. Let's go into the render setup over here, and it's very important. We'll make some changes over here, like, so let's go into the video option, type, make it as adaptive subdivision. We'll go with the subdivision, so let's make it as adaptive. And the filter, image filter, we can keep it as Catmull Room, or you can just go with the V-Ray Lens filter. So any of it, let's take a Catmull Room. So you'll definitely understand the difference between these two filters over here. So a Catmull Room is a 25 pixel filter with pronounced edge enhancement effects. So if you want some more enhancement to the edges, so you can go with this. Lens filter will implementation of the lens filter. So let's keep it as a Catmull Room environment, GI environment. If you have any kind of a GI environment, you can activate those environment. So the light bounce and all this stuff will be calculated into it. That's a GI environment. So activate this reflection, refraction. Now into that, go down, and we have a color mapping. Let's keep it as exponential. It's a mapping, color mapping. And we forgot one term over here. That's your noise. So noise threshold, I have kept it as 0.001. So it's like you require a lesser noise. So no noise, I can say. So 0.001. GI. Enable GI, you can go primary engine, keep it as a irradiance map. Secondary engine, that's for the light bounce, light caching over here. So let's go into the irradiance map. Current preset, make it as high, and or medium, you can keep it as subdivision. The sampling, let's keep it to 150 subdivisions. Interpreter samples, let's keep it as 50. You can increase it if you want to increase it, you can just increase it. Subdivisions, you can increase it to 300 also. But increasing more subdivisions take more longer time for the rendering. So definitely would suggest you to keep as minimum as possible, not much. Alright, so we have done with the settings over here, your bucket width and all this. We'll keep it as it is. So we don't need to change this settings for now at least. And let's see the rendering. So the light which you see over here is very, very high right now. So what we need to do is, we definitely need to reduce the intensity of the light. The second light which we have put over here, it's a multiplier is too high. Let's keep it to 1 over here. Let's get back to the camera view and let's check the render over here. This looks much better. Alright, so let's check out with the rendering how it looks like. So make sure you're giving proper reflections and refractions for the objects. Like if you have some ceramic materials, you can just assign some reflections to it, so would look much better. So it definitely will take more time. So it's going to calculate the 4 pre-passes over here. So let's see how it looks like after the rendering. So definitely you need to keep more patience while rendering, and also depends on your configuration of your machine. Alright. Or you can just render a part of it and you can just check it how it looks like. Okay. You can generate some passes also if you want, as we have done for the previous chapter. That's your interior. Same over here, you can generate those passes. Also add some volume light over here that can be added. Alright, so we'll add a volumetric fog over here first, then we'll render it again. So either you can use a V-Ray sun or you can also use a directional light over here for that. So let's click over here, let's go into rendering environment and let's add one V-Ray environment fog. I'll add one more V-Ray environmental fog over here and I'll just push that up and I'll just make some changes over here. For that, that's your fog distance. Change the color of the fog, scatter bounce, your fog height, your subdivisions. You can just increase, decrease the subdivisions of the fog over here. So once you're done with this stuff over here, let's go back to the camera view. Select this light, that's your V-Ray sun. See, either I can use V-Ray sun or I can also use directional light over here. And let's render and see. So let's go into environment and effects. If I delete this, again let's add this and let's render it again. Okay, so now we can add, how we can add is like select the light, let's go into environment, add and add a environmental fog over here. So we can just give any kind of a, we can give a color to the fog distance. So let's go back to the camera view, let's render it. Alright, we'll just increase the fog distance, bounce 500, subdivision as 6, step size 6, 5, 0.003, 500. Let's render it. Let's see how it looks like. And in case if you are not using this V-Ray sun, then you can also utilize that direction light. So what I'll do over here is I'll just render, I'll go into render setup and I'll just set the region over here. I'll just select the region, that much only I want to render. Let's render it, only that region. Let's see how it looks like. it's taking more time. Alright. So we'll continue the rest of the part in the next tutorial. So thanks for watching this tutorial.